Hi KO. Today's art project is going to be the first of a few that we're going to do that is very similar. And it all deals with printmaking and making a line. Okay? And I don't mean making a line with a pencil or a crayon. I mean when we print, we're actually making something one after another using the same tool. And in this case, we're going to use some paint. Okay? So when I think about lines, just looking in this room, I can find some lines. I've actually got some lines on me right here. These lines are lying down. They go back and forth. These are horizontal lines. And if you look over my shoulder, there's some lines on the headboard. These lines are standing nice and straight. Those are vertical lines or standing up lines. My blinds behind me on the window are like these kind of lines where they're lying down, they're horizontal. There's another kind of line too. I'm going to use my little post-it pad. So I got those horizontal lying down lines, vertical standing straight up and down lines. But we have lines that are diagonal, and diagonal lines tilt a little. And they can tilt that way too. Okay? So those are the three kind of lines we're going to be working with today. Oh my gosh, I have some paint on me. I've been printing, and sometimes it's messy. That's okay. So for this activity, you're going to need to maybe get some newspaper and cover your table. You're also going to need some printing paper. It's fine. Okay. You'll need paint. And we'll talk about some paint options. I'll write some paint options at the end of my written lesson. You're going to need either a card made out of plastic. This is a library card that I don't use anymore. I have a newer one, so I don't use this one. Or a piece of cardboard that I cut. It's about the same size as my library card. You could use a recycled box, like this is from, I think, a Dunkin' Donuts thing. You could use a cereal box cardboard, but it's not as sturdy. So it's an option, it's just not the best option, okay? So corrugated cardboard that's got that little wiggly thing in between, or library card, an old PetSmart card or something, a store card. That'll work fine, okay? The other thing you're gonna need is a tray for your paint. I like to put my paint on the paper towel in my tray, but you don't have to. You can just put the paint right in the tray, okay? So let's get started. We're thinking about horizontal, vertical, and diagonal lines. Lying down lines, standing straight up lines, and tilted lines, okay? So I'm going to move this down so you can see see my surface. Okay, I need this to work with me. All right, so I'm getting a piece of paper, and when you make prints, let me move this a little bit. With our card, what we're going to do is we're going to dip, lift, press, 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 okay? We're gonna hold the card like so, dip in the paint, dip, lift, and now we're gonna press. I'm gonna start over here. Press, press, press. I can get a few prints out of that one dip of paint, can't I? So there's my laying down lines, my horizontal lines. Now I want to try some vertical lines. So I'm dipping, dip, lift. Ooh, I'm going to turn it this way. I'm holding down my paper with my other hand. Press, press, press. I'm going to see how many I can get out of that one dip. Ooh, I got quite a few prints. Okay. So we got our horizontal line, we got our vertical line. Now let's do a diagonal line. Okay, so holding my card like so, I'm going to tilt it a little bit. press, still holding on with the other hand, press, press, okay? That's one diagonal kind of line where I was going this way. I'm going to turn it this way. Press, press. Aha, cool. Now, something to have on hand whenever you're doing anything kind of messy is extra paper towels, and I happen to have some. I'm going to do, I've been doing this long side. I'm going to do the short side, okay? Again, I dipped it in the paint, okay? Lifted it off of the paint. And you know what? I'm going to have some fun with my horizontal lines. I think I'm going to put some vertical lines in there. Okay? So this project is meant to kind of explore what we can do with lines. We're not making anything in particular. We're just exploring. We're having some fun. I'm going to do some diagonal lines. That's kind of cool. Okay? So have some fun, do some horizontal lines, do some vertical lines, and then do some diagonal lines. And you can use the long side, the short side, or both. That's fine. But there's one more thing. I want to challenge you in making, excuse me, how could you make a really long line that goes from this edge to this edge without dragging your card? Because that's not printmaking, okay? Printing is pressing down one at a time, okay? How could I make a line that goes from this edge to this edge by printing? And I have another question. And don't worry about this, I'm gonna have it all written down. How could I make a line that is broken? How could I make a broken line, okay? So those are the challenges this week. When you're done, I'm gonna lift this back up. When you're done, put your name on your work with pencil or crayon. That might work best. Don't try to use your card. It might take up too much space. It might be a little too messy. So write your name on your work, take a picture of it, and upload it to Seesaw, okay? I can't wait to see how you guys do and what kind of exploration that you did with making lines, okay? Bye, guys.